Hi everyone, this is Board Games and Bourbon. I'm Glenn Flaherty, and right now I want to talk to you about a game I'm really loving called Fleet the Dice Game. It's by Eagle Griffin. It says it's 8 and over, 30 minutes, although my games seem to take around an hour. 1 to 4 players. The 1 is really great. 2, 3, and 4 are also really fun, okay? Now, this game is an engine building game, and it's kind of based off of the Fleet world, but I gotta tell you, I prefer this over original Fleet, and I'll give you the reasons why. Okay, so first of all, with the components, you're going to get this great solid box with linen fabric in it. You're going to get the insert here. It keeps everything really tidy. It's quite lovely. You're going to get this instruction book, which is so well written. That is not to be taken for granted, people. It is so well written, you will understand everything clearly, quickly. It is easy to refer to should you need it. Okay, especially for the solo game. Very, very simple. Okay, now what's going to happen is this game is broken up into 2 parts. It's called a fishing phase and a town phase, essentially, okay? When we get down here, you're going to interact with a whole new bunch of parts. You're going to get these pads of paper, which are actually very nice pads of paper. There's 2, though. I've never seen a game that uses 2 separate pads of paper, but when you put them together, they look like an 8x12, printer piece of paper, right? Ordinary size. You're going to roll these really awesome pearloid mother of pearl dice. It's really nice that they brought that theme through in the dice, and I don't know if you can get that shimmering iridescent quality to it, but it's really quite nice. Okay, there is a first player token, quite lovely, and then you have all of these little tokens over here, these little wooden things they use for the solo play. They feel good in the hand, they're clear to understand. Okay, now how do you play the game? Well, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to create 2 pools of die. To start the game, what you're going to do is you're going to roll a die, you're going to take a benefit. And the benefits in this game are lined up in different sections. First, you have shrimp, cod, lobster, swordfish, and oysters. And they run a decision tree of, do you want a license or a boat? If you get licenses and you progressively move up the license tree, the benefit of the license increases. So like you might get a fish or a coin, or you might get a fish and 2 coins, or you might get 2 fish and or a fish and a coin, or something along those lines. Also, you get victory points as you go. If you choose a boat, you have a boat available. And when the fishing phase of the game comes along, you fill it with fish. And then at some point, there's going to be a time where you can turn in your fish for currency. And when you turn in the fish for currency at the market, you're going to get points. Points help you win. If you put points down, you might reach a star. Our stars are wild, and you can fill out anything on the paper. So there's a lot of meandering paths to how you might want your game to play out. And that is great because every game is going to be a little different. And I love that about it, okay? Okay, so what do you actually do in the game? It's your turn. You're going to grab all these die, and you're going to roll them. Kaboom. And what's going to happen is every player, let's say we're in a 4-player game, I'm going to choose that. And if I choose that, I fill out a spot under my cod. That's a picture of a cod there. I'm going to choose this other player, and that's a shrimp. I'm going to fill out that. And then someone else is like, I want to take coins. So they get coins too, okay? And you just keep going, and then eventually there's one shared die, and the shared die everyone gets to use. That's how easy it is, okay? And then you get to the other phase of the game, and then you roll all these die that trigger the town events when you get back to port, because you got to bring your fish back to port. And again, you do the same thing. I take that, you take that, everyone grabs something, and whatever's left over, everyone splits the difference, okay? Yeah, everyone uses that. And that's really all you got to do. It's very clear, not many rules, but you can see how the game unfolds and how it builds on itself. And you can see yourself making these decisions to get further and further and blow it up bigger and bigger and bigger. And the great thing is too, there's only 10 rounds. So you can see the finish line at all times. And you can see what the other people's scores are. And it can make you nervous when the score track is really blowing up for other people. Holy moly. Anyway, okay, so that's when you play it normally. Now, if you're going to play it as a solo player, ingeniously, I got to say the AI in this game is one of the best AIs I've played, probably only rivaled in simplicity and effectiveness as the AI that is in Castles of Burgundy, the card game. Okay, and that is high praise because that is the best AI in a game because it is so easy, so intuitive. Boom, 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 you're done. You know, sometimes you'll get these games and they have this overwrought set of instructions. Okay, well, in this scenario, you got to play it this way. Oh my goodness, no, this is very clear. Basically, what happens is wherever you take a turn if you're playing solo, and then the captain plays a turn, and these represent the captain. And essentially what happens is, you take your bonus as always. Before you start the game, whether multiplayer or solo, you roll this. You check off the first 3 boxes of any category you want, and that's yours. And when you're playing it in solo, you're going to, on even rounds, the captain will start, but on odd rounds, you will start. So you'll start round 1, the captain will start round 2. And on your turn, you're going to play it as normal. However, when it is the captain's turn, whatever die it's on, like this is on shrimp, he will take the shrimp die, or going clockwise, something close to it. And this over here, this keeps going this way, and every round it's going to move forward. Likewise over here in this harbor section, this one is going to be going like this up and down the harbor section, around and around. And this little peg over here on the wharf will also be going around and around. So no matter, every time you move up around, everything shifts a little bit. Next round, it shifts a little bit. Okay, and you just keep shifting. So something is always getting marked off. There is a decision tree of what the preferences are when the captain goes into like the town. He does the harbor, then the wharf, then the boat, then the market, and X, Y, and Z. Okay, but it's very easy to understand. It's all written right there. And then you're trying to beat your score. Wow, am I bad at this game? I have never done anything of consequence. Let's see. In this game, it has a score you're trying to beat. Greenhorn, I don't even think I made it there. Salty Captain, 85 and above. I found that incredibly hard to do. Anyway, so when you're playing by yourself, it's going to take about half hour, but it's so much fun. It is so much fun. Building your little network is fantastic. I can't recommend this highly enough. I got to say, Castles of Burgundy, the dice game, is my favorite roll and write because of how simple it is. But as far as complexity, and I got to say satisfying victory, boy, I really think this might be it. And I got to tell you, this game is a more legit game. This is a more legit game in a roll and write form factor, mind you, than a lot of big board games. I just got a game the other day that was touted and it was presented. I was like, oh boy, I can't wait to rip into this. Oh, it was so disappointing. Oh my goodness. So let me retreat to the comfort of my roll and writes. And so I went back to Fleet the Dice game, and it did not disappoint. Okay, highly recommended. Please check that out. I would purchase it. I think it gets on the shelf for like 25 bucks. I really dig it, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. Again, this is Board Games Bourbon. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.